Hi everyone, welcome back to Shrimp Mania. Finally, I'm back home today. I've been away for 4 weeks. I've been in Thailand, so first things first, when I came back, of course, I check on all my shrimp tanks, and some of my tanks was doing well, some of them not so well. So today I'm going to give you a full update on all my tanks. Without further ado, let's do it now. Okay, I'm going to start my tour with this tank on top of the dresser, and here I have a 290 liter tanks, and I haven't done any water change for 4 weeks in these tanks. In fact, I haven't done water change in any of my tanks. So now let me do the water change in these tanks, and then we're gonna take a look properly at the shrimps inside and see how they're doing. Yeah. Okay, here you go, that's much better now, and let's take a look inside this tank. And here I have a Black Galaxy fishbone shrimps, and they're doing fantastic here. Recently, not so long time ago, I changed the soil inside these underground filter boxes. It's a beautiful moss growing on top. Haven't been trimmed this moss for quite some time, and you can see it's overgrowing a little bit this tank, so it's maybe soon I have to trim it slightly. So maybe I'm thinking to do a reverse culling of this tank. That means I want to separate the best 10 of 20 shrimps into the new tank and then let them breed. So that's I call reverse culling. So let's drop in a little bit of food and take a properly look at the shrimps. Here you go, guys, take a look at them. They're very hungry. I think all the shrimp should be coming to eat this food. Another thing which I noticed, which is a very good thing, once I change this soil inside my UGF boxes, I can see my moss start to grow quite nicely, and I also noticed that my beard algae start to go away. I had a lot of beard algae on top of these Anubis plants, and I had a lot of beard algae on top of the sponge filter, and now it's almost gone completely. Very happy with this. Okay, now we're moving on to my next tank, and this is my mixed Credina shrimp tank. And you know, when you have a new tank, when you have a nice soil inside your tank, your moss is growing very well, your plants is growing very well, because your soil releases a lot of minerals, good stuff for your plants. It's always like that when I have a new tank. My moss is growing well, but in the old tanks, mosses might become a little bit yellow, so this is a sign when your soil is losing your buffering capacity. So my shrimps in this tank are always hungry, always active. And take a look at this blue bolt here. It's looking fantastic. Very good shrimp, very good looking shrimp, yeah. That's why I'm mixing the shrimps to create something like that. When you mix your shrimps, it's always full of surprises. And now I want to talk about my next tank over here, and unfortunately it's doing very bad. And you might saw this video on my channel where changing the soil in this underground filter box. And then after change the soil, I start to notice that my shrimps start to die in this tank, and every day I start to find a dead shrimp here. So I decided to move all my shrimps into my mixed tank, and then I thought maybe I haven't cycled the soil long enough, so I decided to put a little bit of bacterial powder and run this box in this shrimp tank for another 3 weeks. And after that I decided to place a new shrimps into this tank, and I bought yellow Galaxy fishbone shrimps, and you might saw that video on my channel. But unfortunately the shrimps start to die off as well, and I found like 3 or 4 dead shrimps after a few days. So I decided to move all the new shrimps into established blue ball tank, and after that I decided to give this tank another chance. I did another 90% water change, and I put here just a simple caridina shrimp, like a crystal black shrimps, which I have a lot. So I decided not to risk with expensive shrimps again, and I put 20 of the shrimps, and I left on holiday. And once I come back, I only find roughly about 3 shrimps. You can take a look at this tank, and at this moment I only saw 1 shrimp which has run away. And if you look around, you probably find another 1 or 2 shrimps. Yeah, that's one on the box over here, just one swimming here. And if you have that issue, the best way to fix it is completely reset your tank. This is what I'm gonna do. This tank gonna be reset soon. And guys, if you remember, I also changed soil in this tank, and this tank was doing great, and I think the reason for that is because I changed only 1 box at a time. So guys, next time if I decide to change my underground filter box in the tank, I probably gonna still keep my old box running for a few weeks. I think this is the way to do it. So I learned on my mistakes. I'm not gonna completely change the soil because it's gonna stress the shrimp, stress the tank, stress the bacteria inside your tank. And now I'm gonna move on to another 2 new shrimp tanks here. And here at the bottom I have another shrimp tank with the underground filter box, a little bit of soil at the bottom, some moss inside. So this tank is ready for shrimps, and I think I'm gonna put my yellow fishbone galaxy shrimps into this tank. I'm gonna show you that shrimps later. And here I have my first planted aquascape tank, and I didn't clean it on purpose. I don't want to show you much of the plants here inside. I think in my next video I'm gonna give you a full tutorial on setting up this tank, and I'm gonna show you how I did aquascape for this tank, so stay tuned, it's gonna be an awesome video. And here guys, I have my shrimp rack behind me with 8 shrimp tanks, actually 7 shrimp tanks, 1 shrimp tank has no shrimps. So let's properly look at every shrimp tank and see how shrimp's doing. Okay, I'm gonna start with the tank at the top, and this is quite new tank. It's been only 3 weeks since I put the shrimps in this tank, and it's just been cycled. You can see it has a lot of algae on the glass. And here I keep my simple caridina shrimp, and I also have some of the neo caridina shrimps, just a few blue dream neo caridina shrimps because I don't have a space for them. And you can see I added a sponge filter yesterday. It wasn't sponge filter before when I set this tank up, and I decided to add a sponge filter just to polish the water. And here in this tank I have my mixed shrimps as well, so you can see there's a lot of mixed colors here. It's like my cold / mixed tank. It's a nice color blue bolt mama here with the eggs under the belly. It's quite nice sign. It's not much of the biofilm in this tank and algae, so as you can see the glass is completely clean. So yeah, and I think the reason for that, I have a lot of that creatures. You can see that on the glass. I don't know if you can focus on that glass here, so you can see that little kind of like a snail like creatures on the glass. You might see it in your tank, so you can see it on the side glass as well. So I think those creatures, they are eating that dust algae from the glass. Okay, now let's move to the level below, and here I have a red galaxy shrimp tank, and take a look at these shrimps guys. They are gorgeous and they are doing fantastic here. I just start to feed them and they all come to eat the food. They're very hungry. There's lots of little babies in this tank. You can see some babies on that Fesidense moss. So this tank is roughly about 10 months old. I think I set this tank up in August, as well as this tank, neighbor tank, where I have a black pinta, but some of them look like a galaxy. But I tried to select some of the like a black pintas, like this shrimp here. So this is what I like. Yeah, so you can see these shrimps are doing fantastic as well. Also lots of babies here in this tank. These tanks are the same age. Yeah, so I set these tanks up, and I have a video on my channel when I set these tanks. I think it was September or August if I'm not mistaken. Nice berry shrimp. I don't know if you can see here. There lots of eggs under the belly. Very happy with the shrimp tanks. Yeah, they breed like a crazy here. And in this tank I also have orange eye blue tiger shrimp guys. Take a look at the shrimp. And this is the last shrimp I have. I had before a colony of them. And now we're moving to the level below, and here I have my gorgeous black galaxy tiger shrimps. They are definitely my favorite shrimps guys. I'm in love with the shrimps. Take a look at them. They're always active. They're super active guys. They're the most active shrimps I have. And because I love them a lot, I even created another tank here where I separated some juveniles. It used to be juveniles, now they grow up already, and they start to breed. A lot of breeding going on here. So these tanks are also identical, same age, probably 6 months old. And I'm thinking to create another tank with red galaxy tiger shrimps. You can see I have a red galaxy there, and she is buried. She's buried mama, and I hope she's gonna make some. You can see she is buried, yeah. So I hope she can make us more red galaxy tigers. And here I have a few red galaxy tigers as well. You can see it's like a 4 or 5 shrimps. So I have lots of red babies. You can see it here. You see this baby is red galaxy tiger. Yeah, I think one behind this moss. Yeah, this here you go here. I think there's quite a lot of them, so I'm waiting for these babies to grow up. They're very prolific, I would say, maybe because they have like a tiger gene in them, so they're more prolific and they're more active than, for example, galaxy shrimp, from my experience. And I think they're more easier. I don't know, maybe depending on where you're buying them from. I also heard that they call like a nanashi shrimp, maybe something different, but some of the nanashi shrimp, they look almost the same as I have, like this shrimp. I'm not sure if you guys, if you're an expert with the caridina species, just let me know what is Nanashi shrimp. Are they the same as Black Galaxy, for example, shrimp, or are they different shrimp? So I'm not sure about that, so it would be nice to know that. Okay, now move on to my bottom tank, and here at the bottom I have a blue bolt, red bolt, blue steel, red steel shrimp tank, and I also put here my yellow fishbone galaxy shrimp. And what I just noticed, guys, I think I have one buried female already. It's kind of not so good news because it's probably been mixed with the blue bolt, because it's lots of blue bolts here in this tank. I was just planning to move them today to the new tank. In fact, maybe I'm gonna do it in this video. Yeah, so once I show you the shrimps, I'm probably gonna catch all these yellow galaxy fishbone shrimps and see how many I have left, because a few of them died. That's a buried mama, so she has some eggs under the belly. Yeah, so it's not very good news, but let's hope the father is yellow galaxy shrimp, yellow galaxy fishbone shrimp. She might recently bury. I think she buried last night because I saw some breeding activity in this tank. So there was males dancing here. I was thinking, yeah, maybe that yellow shrimp molting. Yeah, so yeah, this is update on this tank. Lots of breeding activity here as well. Summer is coming, the temperature rising, the shrimps start to be breeding more. Very happy with this. In every tank, shrimps start to breeding more and more. So I think within the months I'm gonna have plenty of little babies everywhere in every tank. So anyway, let's take him out from this tank, see how many we have, and then we'll put him in a new tank here. Okay guys, here you go. I have 12 yellow galaxy fishbone shrimps in this little box. That's mean we lost 6 shrimps in that problematic tank. So it is what it is. 12 shrimps is still a good number, and I hope we can breed a large colony from them. Okay, welcome to new apartment shrimps. Hope you're gonna enjoy staying here, and I hope you're gonna breed a lot. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to smash that like button, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.